Hello, Dashers. Hello, hello. Thought I'd come on here and wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas to all my Dashers that have followed me and supported me this whole entire year. It has been a wild ride from um, being in the corporate world, being unhappy, then being workforce reduced, and everything that is going on. I wanted to pop on live here to see if, anyone was here full of their holiday cheer and their wonderful Christmas dinners. And I mean, I would probably be in a food buzz. So I'm sure everyone is having a wonderful and safe time with your family. It is important to do that. Um, Tomcat, you are here. Hi. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome, welcome. It has been a crazy holiday season. And, you know, it, I wanted to come on and jump in and say hi and thank you so much for following me this year. I know it has been a journey with crazy things that are coming up between Dasherville getting a completely raw piece of land and then it being made into a home base. So I will be constructing a garage. I mean, I'm not going to be doing it. I'll have somebody do it, but basically flattening the land, leveling it, getting a driveway, getting concrete pad put in, and then building the actual garage part of it. Then I will be living inside the garage while I'll build out the second half of the garage as a barn dominium. So a home. It will have, a bedroom, a living room. It'll have a galley kitchen, an office, a loft area for storage, um, as well as have the garage that will house my taller van. So, backyard for the kiddos, so my puppers can have an area to themselves. So, that's going to be quite the fun time. Let's see. Oh, Tongas, I saw you on the other live stream earlier today. Oh, from Glorious Life on Wheels. Yeah. We're all one big happy family. Globies, Dashers, we all are just one big, I call them my family. And the family is worth everything. So we all support each other, always say hi to everybody. It's crazy. It's Christmas and, I miss my kids and being with my own family. So I thought I'd jump on here and talk to my family. If anyone's out there. Yes, I watched her. She's a funny lady. Yeah, she is. I met her, well, we're going on 2 years now, at the RTR meetup, and we just connected. And, the whole Globy Nation, and she encouraged me to actually start the my outdoor dash travels. And so I've been doing YouTube since then, and holy cats, it's gonna be 2 years. This is the second RTR, so yeah, so here I am, doing, things that I never thought I would, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. It's been a lot of fun, and this new journey is making my hair even more gray than it is. But it's an experience and I can't wait. I'm ready to go van life full time and see where my travels take me. I'm not gonna wait anymore. So, it's exciting and crazy. Uh, but yeah, getting the raw land and building a home and be mortgage free, I'm okay with that. So, it's all gonna be a huge journey. I'll be back and forth, be on the road, for 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, come back, do some more work on the leave for another month. Hey, Rose, Merry Christmas. Yes, I'm here with my second family, my Dashers. So, since I don't have my kids this season, I have my kids every other year. So this year's not my year. So I figured, and my sister is at my brother-in-law's family. So I'm like, everybody's out with their family. That's okay because I've got my family. And I've been busy trying to get everything with the selling of my sticks and bricks. So, I've been too busy. It was funny. My daughter, she says to me, she says, Mom, why didn't you put up the Christmas tree? I said, honey, I'm trying to sell my house. I'm just going to bring it down right away anyway. And you kids are not here. So I just left it in the bag until next year. She's like, oh, congratulations on 1K. I know, finally, right? Yeah, got the 1,000 subscribers. Now I'm just, have to get the watch hours up and then I can be monetized. Yay. But gonna put content out. Um, I have the beginnings of Dasherville where they tore down trees, moved trees, took sand and dirt, and leveled it off, packed it down. And then, so that's where it's at. It's a cleared space right now. And after the first of the year, that's when I'll contact the concrete guys to come in and put down a concrete slab, and then the building will be erected. And at that time is when I'll start moving things that I want to keep from the sticks and bricks over to the new house and put that, at least in there. And then whatever's left just gets donated or, big brothers, big sisters, Goodwill, whatever I can think of, sell whatever I can. I'm not, just gonna get the house ready for staging so I can get this house sold. Yay. Purple hair, not yet. Today was a busy day because I went out and Ubered and DoorDashed because a lot of people were out doing Christmas. So I figured, well, I'll just make money while since I'm not doing anything. So I worked today and I'll probably go back out for a little bit more and then come home because a lot of people are, with their families today. So it's a great opportunity for me to work. Okay. So that's what I was doing earlier today and probably tonight till about midnight. And then I'll call it a night. And then tomorrow everybody will be out. See, it's really nice because nobody's out on the road right now. Normally at this time it's always is crazy and it's crazy busy. But the traffic is more like when it's at midnight to 3 a.m. in the morning. There's hardly any traffic because everybody's with their family or they're in their food buzz or or whatever. So being able to do, get in and out of where I need to go is like a piece of cake. So it's like so nice to work at this time because everybody's like not on the road. I'm like, yay. So the reason I like to do the overnights is because there's no traffic. I can get in, get my order, deliver it, and get out in, no time. There's no traffic, no lights. The lights are usually with me. So boom, boom, boom. I get them done. I get them all knocked out. And that's how you make money. You hustle. So I did that most of today. And then I was on a couple of lives seeing everybody. And I made myself something to eat because it is dinner. So I had my sausage and ziti for my Christmas dinner. I was going to make myself a ham steak. So at least it would be somewhat, ham steak with some mashed potatoes and green beans. But I opted for sausage and ziti. What it is just maple breakfast sausage with some tomato sauce and ziti noodles and put Parmesan cheese on it. There you go. That was my Christmas dinner. Played your list last night till now. Oh, thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get monetized, and I think once I get see, right now I have so much going on. I'm trying to sell the Cascade camper. I'm trying to sell my sticks and bricks. And basically, and I'm building the new homestead, as well as going to courtside. And, also my daughter is coming in February, and there's another meetup for Tofino owners, which is the van that I currently own. They have a huge meetup in the third week of February. So I have all all that going on within the next 3 months. So it is crazy, crazy. Once everything calms down, when I hit March, boy, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, thank God." But I'm already exhausted, and it's only December. I got a long way to go. Do it again tonight. If you do, clear your cache, clear your history, otherwise it won't count. Um, just clear your cache on your browser because it'll see that you were there. It'll have a cookie, so just clear your cookies because then it won't count. But I do appreciate it. Thank you. I know there's a lot of people like, oh, I don't want you to, running it is for what. You know what? I've been doing it for a while, and it's not like I'm cheating the system. Sure not. So, if I get the watch hours that way, that's fine. But as soon as I'm full time, I will have content every single day, probably, because that's all I'll be doing is YouTube and my jewelry, and I'll be happy, happy. Just doing those two things, I would be so happy. So y'all be getting content like crazy. Um, where do I clear the cookies? It's in the settings. So usually if you go on a browser, on the upper right-hand corner, there's like 3 dots. And you can go over there and it'll say history or and you go to the history and clear. Yeah, history. It says clear browsing data. I'm looking at Google right now. I'm on Chrome. And if you click on the 3 dots next to your profile picture and you go down to clear browsing data, it'll ask to clear your cookies. And then you just hit clear data. And there you go. That's how you do it. All right, where am I at? Woo! Uh-oh. Oh, Van Gal. How you doing? Do me a favor. Send me your address again to outdoor-travels@gmail.com. Uh, I'm still looking for it because it's Christmas, nobody's there. But just in case when I do find it, I know where to send it to because I thought I had your address, but I don't. Please send me your email at outdoor-travels@gmail.com. To you, I mean, Merry Christmas to you. Hey, see, all my dashes are showing. Well, sheesh, I've been waiting. Well, after Carol's live, I went out to work. So I went out driving on Uber and DoorDash. So to make some extra money because everybody's with their families. So traffic out there is like beautiful. Usually I don't get this kind of good traffic except like around 11 o'clock at night until 3 in the morning. There's hardly anybody on there and I can get into the restaurant, pick up my thing, get out, get to the place without any issue to drop off the food. So So right now, even at 6 o'clock, I was like zoom, 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 zoom. And I'm like, woohoo! Yay! So I went out driving. Next thing you know, I looked, I said, oh crap, I gotta go home. I, I said, I told Janice I was gonna be on well, I did say around 7. Now it's more like, so I did say around 7. Oh man, Gail saying hi. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. All right, if anybody wants to just pop up, come on board. I'm gonna put the link down here. Whoop. Try that again. Oh, let's try it again. There we go. I'm gonna put the link up. If any of y'all want to jump on and say hi and just, chat away, whoop whoop, instead of it just being me looking all crazy. No, not around. Oh, she's killing me. She's busting me, everyone. She's busting me. It was 7, a definite 7. I said around 7. I know I did. Because I knew I was going to go out and work. So I knew I was going to be like, I better not say at 7 because I don't know if I'm going to be home at 7 because I knew I was going to go out after Carol's live. I recall you being clarifying and you said, Janice is 5 your time. Around 5 your time. See y'all, she's busting me. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so crazy. I was talking to, there was one other person that I saw a post, and he posted that he went on a short weekend trip to escape the Christmas blues, apparently. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have my kids. It's been just another day for me. I'm like, look, I said my prayers early this morning around, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when I went to sleep. Thanking God and happy birthday to Jesus. And, thank you for everything that you've done for me in my life this year. It's been a crazy year, ups and downs like crazy. And, thank you for the challenges. It just means I'm alive. And, those are the things that you got to cherish. So, oh, there's Bo. Oh, Van Gaal. Yep, there's Janice. I don't forget. I know you don't. See, you'll call me. You'll call it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Adele. I was at Lindy's live. Oh, Lindy had a live. Oh, see? Well, see, I was glad I was a little late then. That's all right, Adele. I'm kind of jumping in because it's Christmas, and I was kind of like just working and treating it like another day, and it's just like, no, I want to give thanks and to all of my dashers. You guys have supported me throughout the whole entire year, giving me kudos and advice when I needed it. Things were going up and down in the corporate world, and you guys always stood by me, and you guys, I can't tell you how much I really do appreciate you all. My family is always there when I had questions or was thinking about something or doing something. I really do appreciate y'all. So I wanted to come in here and say thank you so much to each and every one of you, because it's one thing when you're on the road and you don't have anybody, but being able to use the channel as a stepping stone to make my family, my tribe, is worth everything to me. So, and I thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given me this year. Until saying hi. She got here, so you didn't. I did not just get here. Let's see. How long have I been on? Where's my counter? Gosh darn it. I gotta see where I've been on here for a little bit. 19 minutes, 20 minutes already. I've been on here for 20 minutes. Mr. Tomcat. Uh, Mr. Talking Bobo. Mr. Bo, I tell you, he is a talker. And right now, Lucky is screaming at the backyard. She literally does, because some people understand time differently. See, everyone, she's calling me, man. She is calling me. That's one thing I love about you. You let nothing slide. And I even said, I said, well, it's 7 o'clock and I had to feed the boys and I was doing this, getting all this stuff set up again, and thought to myself, oh, Janice is not letting it slide. I don't really have a YouTube channel. There's nothing there, but thanks. Hey, you make it what you want. If you just join to follow others and everything else, absolutely. No big deal. Love you back. Aw, thank you. It's tough. Christmas is tough. So you're having a meetup, and when, if you are, oh boy, better watch what I say now, because I know Jen is gonna call me out every little second. um All right. So the women's RTR is 11 through the 13th. Okay. So the 14th through I think it's 2 weeks for the RTR, and it ends on the 26th, I want to say. And then the big tent show is a 27th, 28th, if I'm remembering right. I'm not sure, but it's around there. I think the RTR is 2 weeks, if everyone is correct. That's right. And I have Adele as a witness. Oh my God. I will be going to courtside. I do not think I will be there for the women's RTR, which is the 11th, 12th, and 13th. I think I will be using that time to actually drive out to courtside. I mean, it's a 17-hour drive for me from Houston here. So if I broke that down into 6-hour drives, because 10 hours is really a lot of pushing it. And I don't know, maybe if I feel good and want to keep going, I'll go. But I'm of mind of, I don't like to drive more than 6 hours, because it really takes a toll on your body. So I was going to take the 11th, 12th, and 13th to drive and get to courtside. Now, if you have gone in the past, I usually go on Palmosa Road on the left-hand side, about a quarter of a mile from the main road. Um, and I like it there because it isn't too crowded. When you go to High Jolly or the LVTA or any of that kind of stuff, it seems to be really like overcrowded. And I really don't like that. And I was getting fine reception on my phone. I didn't even use Starlink last year when I parked there. So I thought it was a very nice, easy, flat area. Um, so I probably will go to the same location as I did last year. Um, but I probably won't get there till the 14th. Um, so I will probably have a meetup. I have to see when Carol is doing hers, because maybe we can combine ours, since most of y'all are both Carol's and mine, my family. So it makes sense that the Dasher and Globies kind of like meld together. I mean, she'll have obviously more people than me, but y'all, I don't think you guys would mind having it at the same time as Carol's. And but I'll have to talk to her about that, but I'm pretty sure. And just being able to meet up and camp together there on that weekend, the first weekend, because the second weekend then is the big tent show where people are doing job interviews and things like that, and people might have to leave and go back to go to work for the part-timers that do it. So, and I have to get back to Homestead, to Dasherville, because at that time I should be having my house sold. Um, in February, early February. So the 2 weeks that I'm gone, the house has to be prepped, for, the realtors, photographers to come in so they can place the ad to sell the house or, to show the house to get offers and things like that while I'm gone. And then come back in February to close is the deal. So for the next 3 weeks is literally vacating everything out of this house that needs to be vacated. And even if I have to put it into a storage bin, then so be it. Um, for the things that I'm keeping, like curio cabinets and things like that that are an heirloom from the family. But I think I probably will do it on that weekend. I think it's the 19th and 20th. So I'll be there 18th, 19th, and 20th, which is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe. Let me check. Gotta make sure, right? Calendar. Where's my calendar? Okay. So we've got January. Okay, so 11, 12th, and 13th is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that is the women's RTR. It's the regular RTR starts the 14th through the uh 14th through the 27th, I believe, or the 28th. The 29th is when the big tent show starts. So I probably will have my I probably will have the meetup on the 20th. The 19th, 20th, and 21st, which is what I'm kind of looking at. What do you think about that, y'all? It's through the 19th, and the big 10th is on the 20th. Oh, really? I thought it was 2 weeks. It's only a week. I don't know nothing. 10 hours is a long, horrible drive. It is. It's outdoor-travels at gmail.com. Or you can do Lisa at outdoor-travels.com. Either one. A lot of people know Gmail, so outdoor-travels at gmail.com. I like the area left off Pomos. I do too. I mean, it's like I said, it was roomy enough. People weren't on top of each other. Um, it was spread out. Everyone had enough room, and I think that was an easier way to go than just going to High Jolly or something like that. It gets really packed in there, and I really don't like to be like right next to somebody. So off of Palmosa Road is probably the better way to go. Um Globy Dasher Globies. Yeah, exactly. Are you going, Rose? Yeah, we're working on that. Yes, Lisa. I checked on the Howa site. Okay. So then it's let's see, what did she say it was? Okay, the 19th and the big tent is on the 20th. Okay. And the women's RTR is 11, 12th, and 13th, which is the week before. Oh boy. Oh, hold on a second. Lucky's being a pain in the butt. So now you want to come in? Now you want to come in? Sorry, guys. Lucky didn't want to come in but just before I came on. So he left outside and now he's barking and now he's like, I'm cold. I want to come in. Okay. So let's check this out. All right. So in January, So they're not even having it they're only having it a week and a half because I know the 11th, 12th, and 13th is a women's RTR. So the 14th through the 19th is the regular RTR. The 20th is the big tent. Okay. Now, let's see. Martin Luther King Day is on the 16th as well. Well, shoot. I might have to make it the 13th, everyone. So I'll have to maybe get there on the 12th and do the week before while it's the women's RTR. What do you all think? Really? How is only having it that short? Really? Wow. Really? Crazy. I thought it was more than a week and a half. RTR, River Tramp Rendezvous. Yeah, the 14th through the 19th. I'll be danged. Not that I didn't believe you. Women's RTR is 11th through the 13th, and the 14th through the 19th, and the 20th is a big tent. Okay. So what do you think, guys? Just send you an email. Thank you so much. Adele, how long are you planning to stay out there? At least through the 20th. I'll probably come there on the 9th. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the same. Did y'all hit the thumbs up for Ms. Lisa? Thank you. Thanks, Rose. I keep forgetting too, just like Carol. Well, that's unusual. Yeah, it's usually longer. I thought usually it's a week for the women's and a week for the men's, or for everyone. I shouldn't say men, but a week for everybody. But they're only giving it 3 days for the women's RTR this year instead of 7. So it's usually 2 weeks long. So that's why I was kind of like, "What? Really?" Yeah, it's kind of short. It's usually a couple days for the women and then maybe 5 days for the rest, which yeah, I mean it's weird. I just think it's short. But then again, I never attended the WRTR. I usually go there like January 2nd and I stay there until well, I mean, I left early last year because I was literally on the computer working from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And it was like, what was the point? If I'm going to work, I might as well work at home. So I left early. And after a week and a half, I left because it was just like, I can work at home. This is crazy. So that's why I left early last year. And the year before that, only stayed a week because mom got COVID. So, yeah. And I haven't been able to spend like 2 weeks there, which was always my intention. Last year was just work. Now I don't have to worry about that. Yay. At least work as far as the corporate world. Like I had to be online. I had to do work. This is now I get to film videos. I get to edit videos. I can do that on my own time at night when everybody's in their van. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm all right with that. So yeah, maybe BLM is making them cut it shorter. Well, I mean, they've ever since they moved it to the softball field, ever since they moved it to the softball field, I don't think the city's had any problem because everyone now is scattered. See, when the RTR was actually on BLM land, everyone was converging specifically on that site and that area, and I think it created an issue Now everyone is dispersed evenly, so I don't think that there's been an issue anymore with the town, at least. And I remember it being 2 weeks. It's just everyone hangs out long. It's true. And maybe that is because I never went to the women's RTR because a lot of it is I already do know. And most of the times they talk about, safety in numbers, how to be safe as a solo female, um how to change a tire, how, things like that. And I'm like, these are things I already know. What do you do when you're broken down? Oh, well, this is what I do. And I can fix just about anything. Tires, I can, you know, I know how to patch a tire to get me to the next, town to change it, all that kind of stuff. So the women's RTR wasn't any value for me that I would just rather hang out with everybody, all the globies and dashers that showed up, and that was okay. um, so I will probably, hmm, because if the following week is the 20th, and the big tent starts on the 20th, and it ends the 19th, which is oh lordy, what is that? 19th is 19th is a Friday. So that Saturday and Sunday, the 20th and 21st is the big tent. So the 20th and 21st, a lot of people do the work camps. So highly suggest going. Have your resumes printed up and things like that. And the 20th and 21st, you can get jobs. So definitely hit the big tent for jobs, for any work camps, camp hosts, positions, anything, because that really is where a lot of nomads get their year. The beet harvest is there all the time, but that's usually where the nomads get their yearly schedule of work, so to speak. So I don't want to have a meetup on that day because everybody will be doing their thing. So I will have to do it on the 13th because at least the 13th and 14th, if you are attending the WRTR, fine, you can always join us at night. But if you're not, you can just camp and join us for the 13th and 14th. And then the 15th or the 14th through the 19th will be the regular RTR. And the regular RTR is good to attend because, again, they do go over the other features of safety and, emergency and what do you do when, you know, the if, ands, or ors. And they'll have a schedule printed on the website as far as, and you can actually send out for emails of, if the weather climate changes or something, they may cancel something or push something off or something or another. So definitely worth um just being able to know what's going on for that particular day. So the schedule will be posted for that and would highly suggest going to the at least the RTR. WRTR, that all depends on you. Too many people there, so I won't be doing that, but we'll meet y'all some other time, another meetup. Absolutely. There are several throughout, I know M24, well, M25 now, Michigan. There's one in Michigan. There's Oregon. There's one in Oregon. There, even Texas has Lollapalooza. I don't know if they're going to do another one next year. But Lollapalooza in October. Love, one way or another, oh Van Gal, we will get together. I'm making trips out to the East Coast. Because as everyone knows, my kiddos are that way. So yeah. I heard there's a possibility that that Q is raising their rights from 100. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, it's going to price out a lot of people. But still, even for $300 for 7 months, and you're going to have access to water, toilets, dump station, and trash. Honestly, $300 for 7 months is not a bad deal. Um, it was 180. Yeah, now they're doing 7 months for 300, just because it's getting full. And they're gonna outprice a lot of people, unfortunately, but even $300, you think about it, I mean, let's see, 7 months, what, it's 20 bucks? 20 bucks a month? Let me see. You know me, I'm crap. Oh, where is it? Oh, what did I do that for? I got the phone, right? So 30 divided or 300 divided by 7 months, $42 a month. Where are you gonna live? I mean, for the whole entire month on $42 to have access to trash, water, dump station, and a bathroom, which are the essentials that you need. Now, yeah, you can scrounge and scrimp and scrape, and then every 14 days go to somewhere else for free. But for the convenience of $42 of having all the accessories there, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind paying the $42. To me, that's like a dinner out. That would be BLM, not the city of Q, who is raising the rates at the LVTA. Correct. The Bureau of Land Management is a U.S. government-run agricultural organization, not Quartzsite, the residents or the city. I agree. $40 a month still isn't too bad for water, dump, trash, etc. Yes. And that's your basic needs in the van. You need to have access to water, an access to dump your trash, which includes your poop bags, everyone. Okay. So trash, um, dump if you have, gray water tanks, like I have a gray water tank, I got to dump that out. Yeah, I could technically dump it because it's a gray water tank. I have no black, but that's just rude. you know, I mean, yeah, I can empty it out into a bucket and then disperse the water out, but that's rude. That's just rude. It's one thing to do a little bit, it's a lot to do a whole 6 gallons, you know. You're right. LVTA land in Q, Adele. Oh yeah, I'm going to 024. I'm actually thinking about doing it. I've been seeing it for the last 2 or 3 years, and it looks like a lot of fun, and I know Tim goes to that one, so I know, and I'm sure I know a few people there already. So when I hit the road full time, I'm actually thinking about going this year. Yep. I don't have to worry about dumping tanks. I believe that each time you have to do that, it takes like 20 bucks and people have to dump at least once a week. Yeah. But if you pay your $42 a month, you have unlimited access to that dump station. It's worth it. You dump twice for the month, you've already made your money back. Not including adding the water and, the trash, having a place to dump your trash and things like that. I mean, think about it. Honestly, 300 bucks is still not a bad deal. You're not gonna find anywhere else to live for $300 for 7 months. I really don't like it when people just dump gray water out. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it gets, into the sand and dirt and then, get whipped up for all the breathing for the wind to kick up. Well, see, here's the thing with gray water. Most of my gray water is my dishes, and I use Dr. Bronner's. Okay. When I had my Cascade camper, I didn't have a holding tank. So it would collect in a bucket. And even my pee le pee, it has to be diluted in water. So I would, do my dishes and empty out my pee into that dishwater. And but it was a bucket full. And I always took it to a tree. So a bush or a tree or something like that. And then I would do it around that tree. I would never have it just right there in the middle. It was always by a tree. And honestly, the soil takes away every impurity so it doesn't go into the water system. And honestly, it doesn't smell if you dilute. Now, I'm the kind of person that has my dishes all wiped down before I do my dishes. Like I use the power wash. Okay. So I'll spray it with oil vinegar. I'll take the paper towel and I'll put it in the trash. So all that's left is a rinse. So my gray water isn't like a stinky gray water because I take care of it right away. Um, in the Cascade, even in my big rig, when it gets to be where I'm like, okay, I've had a week, I'm gonna empty it out whether it's full or not. I don't care. I keep maintaining it because I don't want it in my rig if it's, just sitting there. So I've never had a problem with it smelling because I never put food down the drain. Even when I take my shower, it's all water, soap and water. It's Dr. Bronner's and water. So no food ever is collected so it doesn't stink. That's what you should do. Would be great to see you there. And you know what? I'm thinking about it because it sounds like a fun time. So I'm actually thinking about going ahead and one, I never had the time before, and two, it's in Oregon. God dang it, it's far away from Texas, y'all. But when I'm full time, hell, I could be in California for all I know, or I could be in Washington or somewhere. I'll just make because it's cooler up there than it is down in Texas. That's for sure. So, um, yeah, when you're full time, you can do whatever you want. So now, sky's the limit. So you don't be surprised if I don't show up there, guys. You know what I mean? It's so great to see everyone. I really just came on here to say hello to everyone. And thank you for a great, great year. I mean, there's nothing like having family. And I was kind of feeling a little down in the dumps. I was watching my kids open their presents with my ex and his new wife. And, how we used to do that and thinking and reminiscing and just missing my kids and seeing everybody with their family. And I'm here with Lucky and Bo and Zeus. Now, granted, they're my family too, and I love them. And if I ask Bo for a hug or Lucky for a hug, believe you me, they'll give it to me. But it's nice to have the human interaction during this holiday season. So it was kind of nice. I said, you know what, it'd be nice to get online with my family because I just sort of reminiscing and missing, my family. And I said, that's okay. My family is a family also. It's just my second family. So do appreciate you guys taking the time and, chatting around because I didn't worry about dumping the tinks, but I believe each time you have to do that, it's like $20 and people have to dump at least once a week. Yeah, we already went that way. Let's see. Went to Oregon in 20 went to Oregon and it was fun. Oh, that's good. I've only heard good things about the Oregon trips. It's near the Bend. Oh, really? Cool. I'll find out, but it's near Great Grants Pass. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to it because like I said, I've heard so many good things about it. So I'm kind of like, okay, I want to go to that one and the Michigan one. I haven't gone to the Michigan one either. And I'm sure there's a few others that I've missed, but hey, when you're full time, you enjoy those kind of things. And I just haven't been able to because I was always tied to a job. Well, a corporate job, uh, just above broke, just over broke. There you go, job, just over broke. Um, so now I don't have that, and so now I can live my life. Boop boop. It's been Skyland me all day here. I know, but I think it's nice to like hang out with my family and just let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all. It was straight off the 5, Adele. Well, I love the 5. 024 Schroeder Park, Grants. Oh, so they already have a website up? 020 Schroeder Park, Grants Pass in Oregon. So they must have a site up already, right? For 024? Go look at that. 024, M24. So we know Oregon and Michigan. What is it, the same people? Let's make it easier. Maybe I should have an H24. Have one in Houston. Oh, that'll be fun. Think about that. Having a Dasher meetup at Dasherville. Did I say that out loud? It's a really long drive to do it in one day. I steered near Chico for one night. Oh, that's right. You're in the, let's see. Janice is in what, the San Diego area, right? Or Sacramento. Can't remember. I think you're in the San Diego area. Chico for one night. It is a long drive. The long drives are tough. It is 17 hours for me to drive to courtside, and I have done it in one fell swoop. But boy, it wrecked me for the next day. I mean, I didn't want to do anything but sleep for that next day. And I don't want to do that. Even if I were to break it up into 2 days, it still is, 17, still like 8 hours per day. 8, 16, 8.5. So 8.5 hours, 9 hours per day. So that's still pushing it. Shoot. That's why if I do 3 days, I can break it up a little bit. I'm in LA. We're in LA. We had this conversation, I'm sure. Because I used to live in Pasadena on Rosemead Avenue. Yup. Yes, on Facebook. Oh, Vangel, yes, on Facebook. Oh, Facebook, don't even get me started. If anyone knows that is here, that follows me on Facebook, somebody stole my identity or my page, my original page, Lisa M. Forbes. So I had to create a new one to try and report them as trying to be me, because they're going to challenge them to provide them with identity, which they don't have because I do, because it's me. And so when I produce my driver's license, they'll be able to say, oh, you can have your profile back. But Facebook has really crazy, it got hacked and got taken over. They changed the phone number and the email address, so I can't get back into it. I've tried to, for since November. Let me see. When did they take over the page? I think it was November 8th. And so September 19th was my last post on that page. Anything after that with the crypto crap, don't even listen to it. That is not me. I have reported them several times every day. I go ahead and report them every single day until Facebook listens to me. So, what's the official name? 024, I think. It's near Marina del Rey in Venice. Oh, I know exactly where that is. I used to work at LAX, right by El Segundo. I used to work for FedEx on the other side during back in the day, but Marina del Rey is that area, and Venice is that area. So yay, Marina del Rey. I know so many people who have been hacked on Facebook. Yeah, and it's funny because hackers make a deal out of this. They hack the page, and then what they do is they try to charge you $70 to $100 to rehack it to gain access back. I'm like, it's a freaking game. No, I'm not paying you. I'm not giving you information and Venmo or Cash App or anything like that. That's a whole huge scam. You're out of your mind. No, you know. So I have resorted to creating another Facebook account because I have to sell the Cascade camper. So I need access to Facebook Marketplace to at least do a lot of some of the advertising there and some of the stuff from the house that I need to get sold. That's still good working condition that, I could sell. Um so anyways, I have all these things that I'm going to sell. I needed Facebook Marketplace. Anyways, so I just keep reporting them. And just one day, Facebook will actually say, you reported them. Can you prove your identity? Send us your driver's license, which, you got to make sure that it says facebook.com and not some crazy freaking thing. And I always I back ping them to make sure that it's Facebook and not some other hacker. Um, before I even give out any kind of information like my driver's license or anything like that. So, yeah, it's been happening to a lot of people. Kind of sucks. Yep, LAX is about 15-minute drive. Yay, I'm going to check it out. I really don't like I don't like I don't like Facebook either, but it has a lot of my memories from shoot 2000 well, I mean, Larissa's 2000. I've had it since 2001. So it has a lot of my pictures of my kids growing up, the adoption process, so on and so forth. I think I use Facebook more as a historical archive than anything. I don't really use it for chats or anything else. The only reason why I wanted it now was because, like I said, I'm moving everything and selling everything that I've never used Facebook Marketplace. But there are so many Facebook groups out there for my area for people to come and pick up the crap. I shouldn't say crap. It's good stuff. It's just not using it. If I haven't touched it in 6 months, it's out of here. It's gone. Haven't touched it or used it in 3 to 6 months, it's out. That's what's happened. The only thing I'm keeping are like these paintings and stuff that's behind here because those are memories that I can also put in my own home. But everything else, honestly, is I don't need. If I haven't touched it in 3 to 6 months, it's out of here. So, except for my Christmas stuff. I mean, you only touch that once a year anyways. Come on, let's be real, people. Not that crazy. Um, so that is the only reason why I wanted to keep that account is because it has been an archive for me and my kids and, the family when we bought our house and then, everything that happened when I bought the tiny house and the tours of the tiny house and how I lived and was happy doing that and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that, I have on there, but I really don't use Facebook pretty much for my main YouTube is it. This is it, guys. I don't do Facebook Lives. I don't do Facebook Shorts. I do TikToks for jewelry and I do this. Yay. So it's crazy, right? I all love you. I mean, crazy as that is. But I hear you, Van Gal. I don't like Facebook either, but I use it as an archive. And now I'm using it as a storefront to sell. Because believe it or not, there are tons of people that actually do the Facebook Marketplace free or um, uh, uh, under $100 or whatever. Uh, Cars under 5,000. Okay, yeah, I just need a runner from A to B. I don't care. You know, you adopted your kids? Yes, yes. I have two Russian-born children. My son is from the Bashkortostan region, which is in the southern part, 2 hours north of Kazakhstan border in Stilidamak. That was where he was born. My daughter was from Moscow. He was 9 months old when he came home, and she was 2.5 years old when she came home. Um, and she just turned 15 on the 21st. Yay. So, I miss having my kids, I'm not gonna lie. And I left in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I've been without my kids. And yeah. Uh, do I regret it? No, because at the time, I didn't have a job. I had to move my tiny house every 6 months, so they couldn't stay in the same school system if they were with me. Their stability would not have been ideal. And the last thing I wanted to do was interrupt their lives because, it would not be fair. I had to think of my children and what was best for my children and their stability for their lives. So, I bit the bullet and, and the children stayed with him. I'm not a deadbeat mom. I do pay my child support. Um, in fact, now that my wages have drastically decreased to about 0, um, we are and we're going back to court to renegotiate the, child support. Um, but, for 4.5 years, almost 5 years, they she was getting $847 a month. So, yeah, that was what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? I don't regret the decisions I made as far as I miss my kids, though, don't get me wrong. I mean, had I had the kids, 5 years ago, fine. But at the time when I had to leave for my own mental state, um, I did what was right for the kids. So that's my only regret. But there you go. Anyways, I miss my kids. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had them every day. I wish I could raise them. But I do the best I can. They always know I'm a phone call away. My son is now, 20. He'll be 21 in God, he'll be 21 in July of next year. So I actually got to spend his birthday his 20th birthday here. He actually came here. So I was so happy to at least celebrate his birthday on his day. So that was very special for me. And for winter break, my daughter will be coming out and spending a week. Excuse me. Excuse me. Wow. She'll be coming out in February to spend a week with me. Yay. So excited. So I do get my time with my kids when I can, but during the school year it's hard because they are gone. And then the summertime it's really, really hot here. And I also had to work. So this year will be interesting because I'll be able to go back up there and spend a month in Rhode Island if I want and spend a month with my kids while they're off to school, when she's off of school. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Both my girls were adopted from China. There you go. 1 year and 5.5 years. Now they're 20 and 21. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. That was another thing that it was either China or Russia. And um China didn't have many boys, and the boys that they were special needs. And at the time, unfortunately, I just was not able to handle the special needs. Um, so that's why we went Russia and that's why we got the boy first and then the girl. So we had my son first, and then my daughter was second. So yay! Think like that, lady. You are completely selfless. A lot of people, when they deal with that, want to say, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to really get back at him." That isn't the case. I knew that mentally it was not um, an ideal situation for me. I knew that it was, um, but I did not want to disrupt my kids. They have a life too. They've grown up and gone to school with these people, these other kids, and made friends. And friends are important in growing up. So if I had to rip them out of that and give them into a new school every year, every 6 months, it's not, that's selfish. So yeah, I thought it was the best idea for them. I worked in some adopted Russian kids in the late to mid 80s and 90s. It was very difficult. It was. When you're adopting overseas, whether it's Russia or China or anywhere else, here is the thing about international adoption. Not only do you have to document your whole entire life for the United States, but you've also got to do it for the country and their specifications, whatever it may be, whether it be China, Russia, Guatemala, it doesn't matter. Uh, each country has their own specific set of documentation that they are requiring outside of the US's requirement for you to adopt internationally. So it was like doing two sets of dossiers regarding the US and whatever country you're adopting from. So it literally is putting your whole entire life on paper. Your birth certificates, your bank statements, your credit cards, for me, it was military service. I had to give my military service, my military contract, and everything had to be apostilled or state notarized by the Secretary of State. He had to have an apostille for each document saying that it was true and original. So, or an original copy, a copy of an original. And so it was insane. You had to have your birth certificate. You had to have your confirmation, if you were Catholic, and, all these kind of things, literally documenting your whole entire life on paper. I not only did that once, I did it twice. Once for my daughter, once for my son, once for my daughter. And you had social workers come into your house for a home study. I mean, I can go on. The list is insane. But my son, from complete start of getting a home, getting an agency, getting a home study, the whole 9 yards, to bringing him home on the plane and having him in a crib in our home, was 6 months, 19 days. Now, my daughter, though, took 2 years, 2.5 years almost. I think she was, a year old. No, it took a year and a half. She was a year old when I met her first. And then was it a year and a half? No, she was 2.5 years old when she came home. Yeah, she was 2.5 years old, but we spent about a year and a half going through the process. So it was insane. So by that time, all I got to say is, man, that year and a half was a long year and a half compared to the 6 months, 19 days of my son, because boys are not favored in Russia as girls. So, and then we chose Larissa. In fact, it was funny. I wanted Alyssa as my daughter's name. and her birth name is Larissa. So we just kept it. It was close enough. It was close enough. I thought a tough one about the decision with the kids. I get you. We will talk more when we meet. Yeah, it is. And I love they were not born of me, but they were born in my heart. I mean, they are my kids. 100%. I would die for my kids in a heartbeat without even thinking. Because they are my kids. And so I love them with all my heart and I miss them with all my heart. But it's tough when you don't, the years that I don't have them. But when I do, I'm like, I'll do anything, Tree goes up, Christmas, the whole decoration, the whole 9 yards because it's Christmas. Um, and then this year, just, I've got too much on the plate. Sadly, there are a lot of adopted failures. People often unaware of the responsibilities that are different with adopted parent that, and they are. Language was one of them. They were both Russian. Now, granted, Will was 9.5 months old. He was a baby. He adapted. She, on the other hand, was 2.5 years old. So we had to work on the communication. She only knew Russian, and I didn't know Russian. And so I remember the first time because we had a 1 week cooling off period, so she'd be eating there, and I cut up some sausage for her to eat just as a snack, you know. So I cut it up, and I go to the refrigerator to get her some milk, and then I come back, and she's literally like this. She had taken all those bits of sausage and shoved it in her mouth. Well, the problem is she was placed in a special needs home with Down and Fast children, which they give them gruel. So she didn't even know how to chew. So I had to take everything out of her mouth and showing her how to use her teeth because she didn't know how to do that because she was misdiagnosed. She only had ADHD. And so that's been uh taken care of. So, anyways, yeah, it was amazing though. I tell you, woo they are unaware. Project Oregon was very close to Crater Lake. It was beautiful. I can't remember the name of the woman who hosted the event. Oh, I remember we had to do a whole biography. Exactly, it was huge, and then there was the funds that you had to pay or donate, gift. Yeah, the orphanage for taking care of your daughter. Yeah, we had to bring like baskets of. Well, actually, we paid our agency who then went out and bought these huge boxes of soaps and lotions and bath stuff and all this stuff for the orphanage caretakers. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. The other event was called Descend on the Bend. See, I've heard of Descend on the Bend, but I heard it got really huge. Um are they still doing that? Because I didn't see that on there this year, Descend on the Bend. Oh my god, guys. It's way past the hour, y'all. See, talking about all this stuff, just reminiscing about stuff. Oh my god. I originally just came on here to say, guys, thank you to my Dasher family, because without you, I don't know, this holiday season would have been really tough to go through. I love each and every one of you. I do appreciate you, and the support that you guys have given me throughout the year. And the bigger and better things are to come. Right now, it is a transition. So, yes, right now it's only about one video or week or a couple of shorts or a post or something like that. But I promise once things, in March, definitely. And hopefully also in courtside, I will be doing interviews. So if you definitely want, to be interviewed on the channel, so I can, do a van tour and an interview, that would be fantastic. I'd love to set those up before I get to courtside so we can meet up and make sure that we get the time to do that. So thanks everyone for spending this time with me. I got to get back on the road and, finish out the day. I love each and every one of you guys. Appreciate you again. I can't say it enough how much you guys mean to me to be my family. So, if you have a channel or a content creator, put a C. If you're one of my moderators, please leave your link down below. And for those that are on the channel, if you want to follow each other, that's great. Just click on the picture and then go ahead to their channel and subscribe from there. Everyone, please have a happy and healthy, safe Christmas for the rest of the day. I know it is short, it is kind of late, but I love you all. I wanted to come here and say thank you, and thank you for cheering me up because I was kind of down on the dumps. So I was really happy to see that some people showed up. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, stay safe out there. And as always, stop dreaming it and start living it. Bye, everyone. Have a great and wonderful day.